Hi everyone, Stephen Lee here. Did you receive unemployment benefits in 2020? In this video, I'm going to be answering the following 3 questions. Number 1 is, how much is the unemployment benefit exemption for 2020? And is it per household or per recipient? Number 2 is, who qualifies and what is modified AGI? Modified AGI is going to be one of the qualifiers to see if you qualify for this exemption. And number 3 is, what should you do? Okay, if you've already filed your 2020 return or if you have not yet filed your 2020 return, I go over some tips and recommendations at the end of this video to give you some guidance on what you should do. Over this past weekend, many of you submitted questions and comments in regards to whether the exemption was per household or per recipient for unemployment benefits. Thank you so much for submitting those questions and comments. Okay, so let's answer that first question. How much is the exemption, and is it per household or per recipient? In my previous videos, I apologize, I was incorrect. I had informed you that the exemption was per household. However, I was wrong, so I'm sorry for that. But thank you again for all of you who posted comments and questions in regards to is it per household or per recipient? Based on the IRS guidance, I'm going to leave it in the link section below this video. The exemption would be per recipient rather than per household. Okay, so once again, it's per recipient rather than per household. Remember, the max exemption is $10,200 per recipient. Okay, not per household. So if you have a family, if you are married filing jointly and both you and your spouse received unemployment benefits in 2020, the max exemption that you guys can both claim is $20,000, $20,400. So it's at $10,200 times 2. Okay, so remember, the first $10,200 of unemployment benefits received, it may be exempt. Okay, going into question number 2 is, who qualifies for the exemption, okay? And what is modified AGI? Because that's a big part of this, okay? In regards to the income qualifier, if your modified AGI is $150,000 or more, so 150 is the cutoff, okay? It cannot be 150 or more. You got to be below 150. You don't receive any exemption, okay, from unemployment benefits in 2020. Unfortunately, there's no phase out. Okay, so when it comes back to like stimulus payments, as well as different credits and things like that, you know, there's like a phase out period of income. But with this exemption here, there is no phase out. So you have to make under $150,000 or less. Okay, it has to be less than $150,000. Okay, if you make $150,000, you're out of luck here, unfortunately. Okay, so you have to be below $150,000. Okay. Remember, if this is the kind of content that you're looking for, don't forget to subscribe and turn on your notifications. So let's go into the definition of what is modified AGI. Because remember, modified AGI is the income qualifier to see if you qualify for this exemption. Modified AGI is different than adjusted gross income, or AGI. The MAGI, modified AGI, is going to be, the way you calculate that is, you take your AGI found on line number 11 of your Form 1040, page number 1, and then you add back a bunch of items, okay? And this is a list of the items that you would add back to come up with your modified AGI. So modified AGI at the end of the day could be more than your adjusted gross income, okay? So it's modified. You know, you add back things like student loan interest deductions you may have taken or qualified. The self-employment taxes, remember, you get half a deduction for self-employment taxes that you might have paid, you add that back. Qualified tuition expenses, tuition and fees deductions, passive losses or passive income, IRA contributions that you may have made in 2020, you have to add those back if you got a deduction. Non-taxable part of Social Security payments, exclusion from income from U.S. savings bonds, foreign earned income exclusion, foreign housing exclusion or deduction, exclusions under Section 137 for adoption expenses, rental losses, and any overall loss from a publicly traded partnership. So you see there's a laundry list of items to come up with your modified AGI. So once again, your modified AGI may be higher than your AGI, okay? You have to compare the two. So for this one, the income qualifier for the unemployment benefit exemption is going to be based on your modified AGI, not your AGI. Many times, if you don't have any of those deductions or any of those types of expenses, your AGI or modified AGI might be the same, okay? So if you didn't have any of those things that I just mentioned, that laundry list of things in 2020 for your 2020 return, then they might be the same, okay? So you just have to go off that. Let's go over a quick example. If both spouses, let's say in this house, okay, it's a married couple, if both spouses received unemployment benefits of, let's say, $11,000 each in 2020, and if the household, let's say their modified AGI is less than $150,000, okay, for 2020. Remember, this is all based on your 2020 income tax return. Then the total exemption would be $20,400 for this couple in 2020. Okay, so remember, it's that $10,200 times 2 equals the $20,400 in 2020. Okay, so remember, it's the first $10,200 of benefits received, unemployment benefits received. Okay, so this couple here, they each received $11,000 each in 2020 of unemployment benefits. So only the first $10,200. So each of them still has to pay taxes on that remaining $800. Okay, of unemployment benefits they received in 2020. Please note once again that only amounts over that $10,200 are still taxable. Okay, so only the first $10,200 received in 2020, based on income qualifiers of unemployment benefits received, will be tax-free. Okay, so only the first $10,200, not all of it. Okay, the third question is, what do you do? Okay, there's going to be two types of people out there who are watching this video. First are those who have already filed your 2020 tax return, and those would be the second group is those who have not yet filed. Okay, I'm going to adjust the ones that first have already filed for 2020, and you've been posting a lot of great questions, so thank you for that. I would say wait. Okay, wait to amend your tax return. Most likely for 2020, the IRS may recommend. And I say may because they, on Friday, this past Friday, have posted a comment saying, wait for further guidance. Okay, they are not recommending, I am not recommending for you to amend your return just yet. Amending your return means modifying your return that you previously filed. Okay, amending does cost sometimes if you're using, whether it's TurboTax or some other software, or you're paying your CPA to file your return for you. It does cost additional to amend your return because you have to file a new return, basically another return, a modified version of the originally filed return. That's what amending your return is. So once again, for this first group of those who have already filed, I would wait for further guidance. And I will continue to guide you. Okay, so I'll continue to post updates in regards to what you should do once the IRS has released official guidance in regards to what you should do and if you should amend or wait. Okay, the second group here is those of you who did not file a 2020 return just yet. Okay, for those of you who have not yet filed just yet, I would wait also because the IRS is still going to provide more guidance, as well as the tax software companies, whether it's TurboTax, H&R Block, TaxSlayer, all the major ones will be modifying their software to accommodate this exemption. Okay, so I would wait not only for the IRS's guidance, but also your tax software company to adjust their systems as well. Two big reasons here. You also want to wait. Remember, that first reason is modified AGI. Remember in bullet point number 2 that we went over, that calculation is not easy to do by hand, okay? So I would wait. I would definitely want you to file electronically or through a software. Do not file by paper in 2020, especially because there's these more complicated calculations to see if you qualify for this exemption. So file electronically for 2020 if you at all possible. File electronically. Pay a little bit of money to TurboTax or one of those other companies and have them prepare the return for you, okay? Do it electronically. Number 2 is if you file electronically, you can also submit your direct deposit information to the IRS. And we all know how important making sure that the IRS has your most up-to-date direct deposit information is, because if they don't have it, you might be delayed in terms of receiving your stimulus payments, advanced child tax credits, which are coming out in 2021. All these benefits that come out from the government will be delayed, or you won't receive them as soon as possible if the IRS does not have your direct deposit information on file, your current direct deposit. So file electronically, include your direct deposit information. But most importantly, if you received unemployment benefits in 2020, I would wait to either amend your already filed 2020 return or wait to file your original 2020 return. Okay, so long story short, wait, continue to subscribe, turn on your notifications to this channel as I'll continue to update you as more and more updates and guidance is provided by the IRS. Also, continue to submit your questions and comments. Thank you so much for that, because it gives me an indication of what you're curious about, as well as you are also providing me with information that you're finding out there as well. So thank you once again for that. Once again, lastly, please stay posted as I'll continue to update you on any more information that's provided. Until the next video, I wish you a wonderful day. Bye.